So, good morning. We're at this car wash right now. Gonna get the car washed. It's been a minute since we got it washed. I'm gonna just do the quick one today, a little drive-through one. I really don't like this one. Makes me kind of nervous going through these, but hold on, I gotta lock in. Cause this car is weird trying to get it in neutral on these tracks. It's always super sketchy. Cause on my car, if you click the thing, it's like one of these. Look, I'll show you. It's like one of these. So you gotta click up for reverse and click down for drive, and then neutral is like right in the middle. So you have to like click it halfway up, and then sometimes if you click it too hard, it will go into reverse, and you'll be on the tracks. And it will like kick you back, or if you hit drive, like, dude, it's sketchy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And then the whole thing goes crazy in here. It's like, bro, what is going on? I know it's super loud. I apologize. I'll just wait till we get out. So we just got this done. We about to go to, oh, and my backup camera's all blurry. Hold on. Bro, that's the thing with these, like, drive-through car washes. Like, I know it's common sense, but dude, they're not good, bro. And that's the thing with black cars too. Like, they get so much more dirty. Like, I wish, like, I don't know, should we wrap the car? I was thinking about wrapping it white and then powder coating the rims, but I don't know. I've been thinking about that because this like black car, bro, is just not the business, bro. I was gonna wait until I got a new car to like decide what I wanted to do with it and everything, but I don't know, bro. This black car is not the business. Especially like black glossy paint. Forget about it, bro. I appreciate it, bro. If you guys haven't noticed by now, this is what my go-to every single morning. I'm a person of habit. I am a person of habit. So if I start something once, like one day, usually I go back to it the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. This is my go-to. Ice, caramel, whatever coffee thing with 3 extra shots of espresso, and then sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. This is my go-to, bro. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why I'm like that. Is anybody else like that? Like, just people of like habits, like creatures of habits. Like, bro, if I go to McDonald's to this day, I still order the same exact thing. Hot and spicy, extra mayo. If I go to when I order lunch at the shop, like my go-to is just like ahi poke every day. Like, I'll eat that for lunch every single day. But then I'll usually ask like the clients, like, what do you guys want, or what do you want? Do you like anything? Do you not like anything? You know, I'll get them what they want, you know, and then I'll just eat whatever they're getting or whatever, just so it's easier. But I still eat PB&Js every day, bro. Like, all that stuff, bro. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy when you really think about it, though. Sometimes I'm like, this is weird, you know, but it is what it is. We're gonna eat this and then head towards the shop. All right, so this is what we're doing today. We got the outer side right now, and then let me see the inside, bro. I was gonna do this big negative hit on the front. Yesterday we did this, and then we did this in here. So turn back this way a little bit, bro. Yeah, there you go, all the way to the back. So yeah, this is what we're doing all today. Keep turning, bro. Right there. So yeah, dope ass little Mickey hit with the Air Max, and big negative hit on the front. So it's gonna come nicely together today. All right, so I just wanted to kind of do something a little different today. So I'm gonna try and show you guys a little bit better how I use like this 27 mag to kind of like manipulate the mag and use the corner of it, all that kind of stuff, especially doing these like negative letters, because I do a lot of stuff with negative, and I've seen a few people do this, and I just feel like there's a way better way to do this, and I don't know if some people just don't know how to do it, or if they're too scared to do it, or what it is. But I didn't line any of this. I used a 27 mag for the whole thing, and it's for a lot of different reasons, but the main thing is like, I mean, you can see like the time on the machine, like I think it says, what does it say, 45 minutes right now. So I did some other areas on his leg before I started this, but I got this whole frontal shin thing done in under an hour. I think it was like 50 minutes total, or 55 minutes, I don't know, something like that. And I even like slowed down to kind of like, because I knew I was going to record some of this. I forgot to record it since the beginning, but I wanted to kind of show you guys, so I was like slowing it down a little bit. But yeah, it's to show you guys like you can do these large areas, and not everything is like, again, about speed and stuff, but I'm just showing you like it's way more efficient, you know, because a lot of people will line this whole thing out and then like maybe build up a tone for the background, all this stuff. Like, no, I just went in with a 27 mag, and I went in with just straight black, you know. So you can see like I'm just angling it, like I'm in a little tiny area right here, but even though I'm in that little area, I'm still using the 27 mag, and I'm not putting all the needles down. Like you can see I'm just using like, maybe there's 15 of them that I'm putting down in that little area, and none of it's like going through it, and everything's going in the area that I want it to. And then you can always go and clean it up with like a smaller mag or a liner if you really want to. But if you know how to use like these bigger mags, like, I mean, it's honestly the best thing in my opinion. You know, that's why I use it so often. And I tattoo on live a lot, and I get asked about like setups, and I don't see a lot of people, like I'll see other artists when they're tattooing too and stuff, and I don't really see a lot of them using like big mags, and I've never really understood why, because I feel like it's such a cheat code, you know. If you know how to use it right, I mean, bro, it's like an all-in-one needle, you know. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys, like, even in these small areas, like right now you can see I'm like lining with it, you know, I'm like crispening up an edge. I like it too because it's not as sharp as a liner, so you can still get a crispy line with it. But when you're doing these things, like where you're blending off of it and stuff, it's gonna crisp it enough, bro, you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I'm saying. It's gonna make it crispy enough, but it's not gonna have like that super harshness. Like if you went in with a 3-liner and tried to clean up every single edge, like when it heals, you're gonna see that 3-liner kind of, that line stick out. Whereas this, when it heals, like you won't really even see that, even when I do put it on its edge. So I think this whole clip, I don't know what it's gonna end up being, but maybe it's like, I don't know, I recorded for probably like 10 minutes or something, 15 minutes, I don't know, maybe something like that. And I just wanted to show you guys like how you can use it, you know what I mean? All this area though is like, I'm just leaning the mag on its side. So like right here is a perfect example. You can see it, like I'm going in with the corner of it, and I'm just like rocking in the corner, rocking up the sides, like pulling a line up there, rocking it back, just making sure I'm slow and steady with my hand movements, and just saturating, you know, going up this line, and then I go towards the middle, rock out that ink, you know what I mean, just blend it together, just fully saturated. And you can see like right there, it's like that area is pretty much done, you know what I mean? Obviously I'm gonna go in and finish the inside of it, but that's what I mean, is like if you were to line that whole area first, then you got to switch needles, you got to go back to a liner, you got to line the whole thing, make sure the line is super crispy, because the last thing you want is to line something and then the line not even be good. You're just causing extra trauma, and you're not even doing the thing right, you know? So this way it kind of, I feel like it's a lot less trauma, and you cover more areas, and it's a cleaner like edge, you know what I mean? Especially like for me, like I kind of naturally progressed into like using these bigger needles. Like it was just easier for me, because in the beginning I just struggled with line work, and it's not like, I mean, at the end of the day, it is an excuse. Like you should learn how to line first, but I got really frustrated with it because obviously I'm self-taught. So in the beginning I was just like, I cannot figure out lining. Like I was just could not pull straight lines, could not do all that stuff, and it was way easier for me to line with mags. especially that I knew I was doing black and gray. There's not really a lot of like heavy lining that you're doing, so naturally I just kind of progressed using mags for most things, you know. And then once I picked up this 27 mag, I just really fell in love with it. I've started now kind of like going back and trying out like 15 mags and 9 mags and like playing with all those things, because there is a point where you start becoming like not efficient by using the 27 mag if you're trying to like force it into super tiny areas and just like do too much with it. Like when you're doing portraits and stuff, like it doesn't really make sense to use a 27 mag for the eyes and the little creases. Like you can, I've done it before, but it's almost less efficient. So now I'm just like, okay, I'll break out the 3-liner, I'll break out like a 9 mag or 15 mag, and it will just make it easier. Like to me, I'm all about efficiency, and that's the thing, is like that's the thing I'm trying to like teach the most too, because I know how much of an effect it's had on me. Is just like being efficient, working in small areas, doing the background, blocking things in, and you just move faster, you move more efficient, the skin is less traumatized, like contrast hits better, you can see things better, you know what I mean? Instead of that whole jumping around, lining this area, then being too scared to go dark in this area, then jumping back to this area, you know what I mean? So here is like, I thought was like a pretty good example of where it's not only like pretty beginner friendly, but it's like pretty easy to understand too. Like it's kind of straightforward, like negative letters, negative blocky letters, and how you can use a mag to do that. And I feel like it's a good thing to understand, because once you can kind of do it on something like this, where it's something more basic, you know, something more easy to understand and grasp, then you can just transfer that knowledge into realism pieces, like what I do. Like all these realism pieces that you see, 60, 70, 80% of it is done with a bigger mag. And then, like I said, now more than ever, I've kind of gone back to using those smaller mags and using like a 3-liner and stuff like that, just because I want it to be extra crispy. I care about all the little details. But for a while, you know, I was just using the 27 mag for almost the entire tattoo. So there's definitely a happy balance, I feel like. I feel like a lot of people take me kind of like exactly at face value when I say like, oh, I use a 27 mag for the whole thing. Like I mean like most of it, you know what I mean? Where it makes sense, I use it, you know, probably more than the next artist where they might switch to a smaller mag. But for me, it just makes a lot of sense to use. And especially like in something like this, you can see I'm going into really tight areas. I can go into like background, so I can round this corner, and then I can just, I don't know if it's in this recording, I think I stopped recording after this, but you can go into like where that cause arm is. I ended up just finishing it with the 27 mag and just like blended the background, blended off the H and the O, and just blended them together using that bigger mag. And even on the day before, I think it was on him or on somebody else, I don't remember, on the chest. If you watch the vlog 4, I think it was, I did the chest, and I used like a 39 mag on that one, you know, so. All right, so this is the design. I tried to slow this time lapse down, so it's gonna be super choppy because it's only like 18 seconds. But originally we had started with like a music type of concept that he liked the idea of, and then he wanted like just state outlines and stuff. So I was gonna put that AZ state down there to kind of like the outline to cover that thing, but we ended up just changing the whole concept. I know that when I did the cause on him, he seemed like he really liked that kind of style, so I was like, bro, I love like cartoon characters and like pop art type of stuff, graphic art, cartoon, anything like that stuff. So I was like, and the other thing he wanted was like 2 different shoes, like Air Maxes, and then I think like a Jordan 11 or something, incorporated in the sleeve. So I was like, bro, what if we just do like a cartoon style character and then have it like holding like one of the shoes at least. Originally it was gonna be 2, but I thought it wasn't gonna fit that good, so then I was gonna put him like wearing a different shoe. That didn't really fit like very good, so I took up like 5 images, I think it ended up being, and just kind of put it all together, and then this is what we came up with. So hopefully when it pauses, I think it will be done in a second. Hold on. Yeah, so pretty much this is the whole idea and the concept, and this just goes to show, like, I think 2 vlogs ago I talked about how when I, in kind of a response to people who ask the question of how do I start doing more custom work or large scale work or things that I want to do or whatever it is, clients to trust me and stuff like that. This is a prime example of it. You saw we started with a different concept. His original consultation, he wanted like state outlines and some other things. I just took down a bunch of notes of what he wanted, and then I could reference that as I was designing. Like, okay, I also asked, do you want anything in a specific place? Do you need this to be here? Do you want anything? So then I know what my things that I have to work around is. Like if he says, oh, I want this in this area, like that's the only thing I really care about, everything else I'm chilling about, then I know that, okay, this is not a, this is non-negotiable. So I get those out the way, and then I can work around that, so he really didn't care. He just gave me a list of things and then said, put it together how you want it. And so I'm a huge person of that. I like symbolism, things that symbolize stuff, and that's what I explained to him. And I feel like that's our job as artists, is that we have to bring ideas to life, and this is an example of it, is where originally we're doing something with music and all this other stuff, but I decided to push that up on his thigh and do that up there because we're gonna do like a boombox and all this other stuff with that. And then this, I noticed that he liked the cause one that we did, and so I just asked him, like, bro, do you like that like cartoon style and stuff? Because I love that style. I love pop art, I love graphic art, I love comic style cartoons, whatever, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, bro, I like that. So I was like, okay. And then instead of just like telling him the idea, like, oh, we take a cartoon character, put a chain around him, put a shoe, holding a shoe, he would have probably been like, I guess, bro, I don't know. So instead I just designed it real quick for him and was like, bro, do you like this kind of look? Like, do you rock with this? And he was like, bro, that's tough, like that's hard. And I was like, okay. And then I just kept adding more and more things. I know he said he wanted something to do with Michigan, all this other stuff, like the outline of the state. And instead of doing that, I was like, well, let's just throw it on a chain. Like, it makes sense. It's a gangster little cartoon. And then he wanted angel numbers. So I was like, all right, let's just throw those on the eyebrow like a tat. He's already like a gangster Mickey. So we threw that in, and he loved that. So it was like, all this stuff this is what I mean about gaining people's trust. You got to prove it to people. You got to show them. You got to make them be able to visualize it. Even though you can visualize it in your head, you got to show it to them. And that's what we did.